In a world of wires and cold, people move on the same old road, built from parts that can be changed, rewritten scripts in endless range. Like machines we learn to love, reboot ourselves, rise above, errors fixed, then redefine, a brand new version every time. We're programmable hearts, breaking down and building up. We're formidable souls in this endless cycle of hope. Just like mail, just like steel, we bend, we break, but still we heal. Recycle dreams, disrupt the pain in this machine called life's refrain. Layers deep beneath the skin, algorithms running within. Input change, just the frame, reset the past, ignite the flame. Like machines we twist and turn, lessons learned, the circuits burn. Witches come, but so do grace. We reprogram our own fate. We're programmable hearts, breaking down and building up. Reformable souls in this endless cycle of hope. Just like metal, just like steel, we bend, we break, but still we heal. Recycle dreams, disrupt the pain in this machine called life's refrain. No factory line can hold us tight. We're the code that rewrites the night. Infinite loops of chance and choice. In every beat, hear your own voice. We're programmable hearts, breaking down and building up. We're formidable souls in this endless cycle of hope. Just like metal, just like steel, we bend, we break, but still we heal. Recycle dreams, disrupt the pain in this machine called life's refrain. People, machines, blurring lines, recycled spirits, redesign. In this dance of change, we play our part, forever programmable hearts.
All right, we'll be back just a second.
In a world of wires and cold, people move on the same old
Welcome
road.
everybody. Good evening, and this evening I have lined up pretty interesting theme for you, and hopefully you will like it, and hopefully you will be informed. Just hang in with me, and also have an amazing gift for you behind towards the end. And of course, what's in my screen is really not a cookie stuff. It is true, is like what we do, kind of find against all the stuff. And therefore, make sure that you watch this, guys. Welcome. This is Evan, behalf of No Limit Emails team and family. Good evening, good afternoon, and good morning to you all around the world. Happy Thursday to you, as this stream is the spam wall. And I'm going to share some realistic details with you, and also look my own basically spam folder and analyze a email so you can see why we are fighting spammers and spam crime and why Microsoft and Gmail helping them, and you will see it, and I will reveal all to you, including messages that I received and decrypted, so you can follow along with me. And that being said, hang in there, guys, because this is important. You need to understand, you need to know, so you can stay safe, because we are the private email communication provider globally for many thousands of you. And we see it our obligation to reveal everything that is bad about really what's going on in the spam world, and especially how we are fighting spam. And I will show you my real own data and my own dashboard, and so you can see the difference between the two, especially if you are using Microsoft and Google Gmail, and this stream will open your eyes, and this stream will make you think again. So let's go ahead and have a look. First of all, before we do that, let me kind of honor the house rules as always. Thank you so much. Many of you joining No Limit Emails. I really appreciate you supporting our work, and we definitely love you being with us. And as you know, we're working very hard to provide absolutely amazing secure email system to you all, and as well as a live streaming element to you all. So what we are doing is pretty interesting work with No Limit Emails. Welcome, called Cool Gold Tools. Chris, I welcome. Good evening to you, and welcome. Hopefully I'm audible. You can see my screen. So, and also thank you so much for many of you being patient last 24 hours after we did some upgrades and updates to the systems. We apologize if we have any interruptions to your workload, and everything's on green. Everything is back to normal. As you know, we do this kind of stuff not just because we like to do them, because it's necessary to do system updates and upgrades, so we can basically have a secure systems, and also so we can protect all of you reputations. And of course, our job is in here at No Limit Emails to be on top of everything. As we know, things are going crazy, and because of that, this evening I have lined up pretty interesting stream, and I will share some realistic data with you guys, especially on the global scale of things, so you can get a good idea why we are the one of the companies in the world really fighting spam hard. And I will show you the example, live examples, what we do comparison what everybody else does. And please just hang in for that. And also thank you so many of you that has reached out to me last 24 hours, 48 hours, guys, asking where you can join us. Please just let us know in the comment if you find in YouTube. And if you want to really direct conversation with us, reach out to us in a live room at meetnolimitemails.com/public square, which is, we put it in all the chats and all the descriptions of the videos. And of course, all you have to do is instead of get nolimitemails.com, put meet.nolimitemails.com on YouTube and put a public square in basically front of it all, one word, you can find us. But always links are in here on the chat, and normally we pin it to the chat, and sometimes we also post it in a comment. And that room is totally free, and you can join and have a conversation with us. And if I'm not there, just tag me, and if somebody else there, just ask them any questions you may have, how we deliver system, how system work for them, and because all of our members are hanging in there. And that being said, once more, this evening is very interesting, guys. I had so many requests about the specific topic over the last few years. It's absolutely immense topic, and not many people talking the truth about it, and not many people actually showing you what's going on. But in this stream, I will reveal everything, especially the spammers and the emails and how they're abusing Western networks, and hopefully you be informed and not get become a bait for them. So That being said, also, congratulations to some of you that got your account this evening. And of course, we do apologize if you still haven't got your account. Please provide us that domain so we can roll out accounts for you. And all you have to do is add a domain to the Cloudflare. That's all you need to do. Please do not send us your cPanel login. Do not send us your, register login. You can do that yourself. Simply add the domain that you want to use for your emailing and add it to the Cloudflare. Make sure your Cloudflare is verified and send us Cloudflare login detail. You can make a free Cloudflare. That's all you need to do. And technically, you don't have to do anything else. Just follow on screen instruction, add your domain. And when you've done that, when you see the little green tick in a Cloudflare, and you're ready to send us that details so we can roll out your system. Till you do that, we cannot really do anything because there is no tool in here, and it's private infrastructure, get specifically built on a brand new server for you, and is all isolated, and everything's white labeled to your domain, as you will see just a moment on my screen, and my own domain, which is I am demonstrating to you. Of course, Chris here, he can also kind of chime in the chat. Thank you, Chris, for posting that link. And you can reach out this link every night after the streams. So before I hold you too long, let's get in and let's depict what's going on. First of all, if you don't know who I am, it's fine, guys. If you just find our YouTube channel, please do subscribe. You don't even have to give us like because they mean nothing. Just interact with us, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss this kind of information, as we are sharing everything that we know that related to your own safety in email. And this is what we do in here at No Limit Emails. And beside that, if you have any questions, just like I said, either put it in a comment or jump in a room and directly you can talk to us. So spam wars, guys. Let's get into this. Spam wars has been going on pretty long while. It's absolutely been insanely happening for a very, very long time. And it is not going to go anywhere anytime soon. Just a moment, I will share some stuff with you in my screen. Just hanging in there. Just a moment, guys. We will bring you some data here. It's a little bit slow. It is a little bit slow, guys. Please just to be patient just a second. So first, let's start with this. Where the heck is gone? All right, so let's start with this. So you can see in my screen, we are on a live dashboard of wordometer.com. You can check this website yourself. So the reason we're going to start in here, so you can see the real numbers. So in here you can see, today's emails that been sent here. So average today's email sent is 296 billion emails, and around 49% of this is a spam. And I will show you exactly where we're getting this data from. So you can obviously check, and also you can see the year. So far this year is 44 billion emails being sent, and is 44.9% of this email traffic is a spam. And majority of this spam, the 44% spam, is being contributed by few companies that they are allowing people to abuse their systems. And I will reveal them to you on the next slide here. So now you know the numbers. And let's look into some data that I gathered. I also kind of did some cyber analysis. Let me just shut that page down. So in here, this is one of the email that I received is in my inbox, guys, and of course went to the spam anyway. But generally speaking, uh, sometimes it will not go to spam. Sometimes it will go directly your primary, just depending on how you set up your own Gmail infrastructure internally, so you can spread some of the stuff. So as you can see, this is actually pretty interesting one from infrastructure point of view. It is not basic spoof. It is legit infrastructure abuse and is absolutely massive phishing campaign. And I will reveal everything in here to you so you can see yourself. So we can basically look it in together. Hopefully you can see my screen now. Hopefully you can see a little bit bigger. Anyway, authentication. Well, it's landed in inbox. Obviously, as you can see, everything is important. Everything is passes because they're using legitimate networks. As you can see, SPF is passes through Hotmail, legit sending IP. DKIM passes from Hotmail, legit sending IP. DMARC passes policy through, again, Outlook, Google, Microsoft Exchange emails. ARCs passes through Google and Microsoft chain. This is systemic of use of Microsoft and Google Gmail. This is real. This is basically what I have received, and I am not in making these things up. So we can see this is not really a kind of spoofed count. This is actual infrastructure abused that they set this kind counts up. This is not they stole somebody's email account and doing this. This is they paying Microsoft and a Gmail paid accounts to do this, guys. So this is what we kind of getting. So real origin who actually send it. Obviously, you can see the count in here. Brooke Betten Court XLU at Hotmail. This is the scammer and spammer, and obviously they know what they are doing, especially abusing. So this could be anybody and emails, but generally we know majority of these people, they are anti-Western people, and they basically attacking everybody's. And this, of course, comes from, the headline was Prime Video, a very kind subtle thing from Prime Video. Could be Amazon Prime Video, as you can see, is kind of like a tricky. But the emails they sent came from basically this email. That's our sender. So anyway, a consumer Hotmail account likely generated randomly named, but as we can see, it could be a burner account in some cases are. But if it's working for them, they carry on. So this line confirmed Microsoft handled it initially. As you can see, is prod.outlook.com, and outbound is protection is .outlook. So Outlook, Microsoft 365, protecting the criminals, protecting this crazy stuff that's going on in our world. And the same as obviously you can see Gmail does the exact same thing. So this is where it gets more advanced, the real attacker layer, the payload. So you can see in here, this is basically hashed up. And as of course, they're using paid Google Space or free Google Space, as you can see in here, googleleaps.com. This domain is obviously googleleaps.com is legit Google infrastructure, and it is use control storage. It's like very similar to the Firebase storage, Google Cloud Storage Bucket, Amazon S Buckets, and all that, and the same thing. But in here, they join in Microsoft Authority, Google Authority together, and these two networks helping the scammers and spammers steal people's info and malicious payloads. And this, in this case, this is obviously, I have received this email, and very common trusted domain cloaking attack. But this is in this case is not cloaked because they're actually using the genuine Microsoft Outlook accounts, as well as obviously Google Google what do you call it, Google buckets to gather the information. So Microsoft sends the email, Google hosts the payload, Gmail sees both as trusted, spam filters chill, right? This is what they are doing. But content is obviously mismatch, huge red flag. As you can see, subject is triggering stuff. Your membership is posed, blah, blah, some IDs, some fake random numbers, and Amazon Prime style phishing email. Random messages about commissioner, diesel truck, Knox planning, all bullshit stuff. This is classic. Obviously, is not just generically template poisoning. This is system poisoning because they are utilizing legitimate infrastructure of Microsoft and Google, spam rest of the world, and hijack rest of the people's details. And they are not doing anything. Google proving them, Microsoft proving them, as we see, is came from them. So in my opinion, we should demand Microsoft and Google put their acts together or shut their networks down, because they are the main cause in here for this criminal to be active in Western world networks. So in this case, you can see, of course, they are providing some legitimate, so-called legitimate email systems, but they're not. All shared IPs, just like this guy's got in and paid whatever it is, and sending this malicious payload around. So a phishing kit, bulk sender framework, or track campaign ID from SMTP automation tool. Obviously, we can see all of that in here. What is actually is classification. This is not simple phishing. This is true infrastructure that provided by Microsoft and Gmail hosting the criminals. This is the fact, because this is what this data says. So legit sender is a Hotmail account. So the Hotmail is responsible for this. And of course, legit sending infrastructure is Microsoft Exchange. They're responsible for this. Legit hosting is a Google Cloud. They are also responsible for this payload. Hidden behind the distrusted domain, basically, abuse trusted ecosystem, bypasses the filter, and tricking people steal the information. So who is behind it? You won't obviously get total identity of the individual unless you are Microsoft, you know who's paid for the count. Unless it's a free count, which is, we know Google can give certain amount of free count, Microsoft gives certain amount of free count, but in this case, we know it's coming from obviously these two networks. They're using one network for storage, they're using the other network for sending, and obviously they abusing their trust and obviously spreading this malicious stuff. So obviously, DMARC is on Hotmail. Microsoft still allows abuse at scale, as we can see in here. No domain alignment trick. Purely display name of obviously just a fake spoof Prime Video. Google storage URL is not masked probably as easy flag with URL, obviously entropy detection. The path randomness is scoring. No custom domain tracking. They are the lazy little bit because they are trusting obviously Microsoft infrastructure. So simple verdict is sent from real Microsoft infrastructure, hosted on real Google infrastructure, and sender identity is fake, intent is phishing, likely mass campaign using burned domain or compromised obviously Hotmail account. In this case, we know it's not compromised Hotmail account. They just created this on there. If you want really, as you know, I can go deep in here a little bit. So Google storage path, as you can see in here, obviously I did a little bit decoding in here. Is a bucket ID in here, and obviously it's just random auto-generated Firebase GCS bucket, which is Google Cloud Host bucket, and obviously they are abusing Google. Obviously, the object path, as you can see, we have that, and also the random padding directory. Obviously travels, attempts to escape parent directory, which is again, majority of its all payload is all end up in a Google server. So they can basically then they can look the data and obviously redo the attacks. And this is what we see in here. Obviously, campaign tracking parameter is, as you can see in here, they're doing all that with help of obviously Google itself, and obviously tracking pixel of Microsoft email statistic, well as obviously Google storage. Whenever like somebody's click on that link, it will end up pushing to that Google storage. And of course, this is really about stealing information and is also spreading malicious payloads. So in here, as you can see, I have done the pattern breakdown of like what this hash is all about. And obviously, is this 16 character is a batch and 32 character random. Obviously, is 10 char variants of the specific hashing, and this is matches Evelyn Evelyn X3 as social fish kit patterns, which is we've seen this before. Obviously, first segment is equal the batch identifier. Second is a random payload ID, and extension is kit variant fingerprint. Obviously, we've seen this specific phishing kit before quite a few times, but now they obviously changing a little bit tactics. They just been brave now. They say, well, if Microsoft allows open us a Microsoft Gmail without anything, any ID, any detection, then this is what we see the abuse is occurring. So this reveals phishing kit, obviously, not just template poisoning, but then also can intercept Microsoft in and out messaging as well. So essentially can eavesdrop on all the Microsoft related emails that go in and out of the Microsoft Exchange systems. This is what this has kind of capability. And of course, attack vector is kit scrapes legitimate Hotmail headers and injects phishing content while perceiving reference header for deliverability. And this is what we see in here. As you can see, X campaign ID format, fingerprint, batch random variant, and obviously Evelyn X3 is GOP phishing divergent and different kind of, you could say, they keep modifying it a little bit. And this is kind of not new, but is going on pretty long time. So as you can see, the sender is Hotmail sender and Google storage, and obviously using a legit chain and trusted path to deliver the payloads. And of course, we can see his path entropy in here, and you can see the delivery mechanism is pretty high, as they are using obviously trusted protocols that exist within the Google and Microsoft. And here you can see as Hotmail customer account abuse. Yes, absolutely. Google account storage hosting, and Google is basically, you could say, hand in hand with criminals, well as Microsoft is in this case. So thread hijacked in via references, display name spoofing only, obviously no domain risk. Sometimes they will use your domain, my domain as a sender domain, but when you analyze it, you know, it didn't came from these domains. They are just using this infrastructure, you know, to make sender. It could be anything and anyone and any domain. So obviously no custom domain is a little bit, obviously they gone, you could say lazy in here, but really they're not lazy. They are very clever, taking advantage of open society, open network that we have, and Microsoft and Google is helping them to basically get conclude basically the criminal workload and criminal activities in the Western infrastructure. Obviously, detecting rules, if you understand a little bit, obviously Python and stuff, as you can see, I have wrote a little bit script in here, and you can also check that out if you want to use this on your own stuff. But generally speaking, as you can see, by using this just on a Python, I was able to dig all that stuff out. And of course, operator profile is, this is actually tier 2, tier 3 phishing as a service. This is somebody getting paid to do this, guys. And sometimes they get paid quite a lot of money, because what they're doing is they stealing people's banking details, crypto wallet details, emails, business login details, you name it. So it's literally kind of like spread around ransomware. So this is basically 5,200 month kit subscription. They sell this as a basically phishing as a service, is business. So as you can see, Ukraine, Russia vector common for this kind of kit family, but majority of this is, you could say, mainly coming from Russia. Ukrainians are not really attacking the Western networks, but Russia is, and we all know that. And well as obviously North Korea does, well as kind of Chinese do, well as obviously some Western countries do, but now we have people spread around everywhere in the world. And some of these cases could be Russians that live in the United States, could be Russian live in UK, could be Russians living, anywhere in the world do this. Of course, this is what we see, and why really effective leverages Microsoft and Google Trust. You can see it while they are kind of staying under radar, signature-based detection. This exact pattern has hit 46,000 Gmail inboxes last month alone, and more than 20,000 inboxes basically last few days. So per my thread fee is perfect for, obviously you can see is like we just seen all this like message ID structure of what they have in here, and of course the prefix IDs they have. But again, we are ourselves email service providers, and the emails they have sent out, there is no unsubscribe, which is, you should not click it anyway. If they say unsubscribe, please just don't click on this kind of anything like that on this, especially if you're receiving on Microsoft inbox. If you're receiving on Gmail inbox, just report phishing to the Gmail so they can see what it is, but they don't do anything, as we can see, because they name involved in here, they're not going to do anything about it. So obviously we see the timestamp, we see the encoded server that has come from Microsoft, and obviously they are using this two, you could say, dominant trusted networks to spread all this kind of nonsense around the world. So Microsoft, I'm shouting at you. You are helping criminal to survive in the internet, and spamming is not useless. This kind of spamming is the criminal and criminal activity. And if you are keep helping criminal to survive, you should not really exist. And neither Gmail and neither Google should exist, because they are putting everybody in jeopardy, guys, and because they providing nonsense free email inboxes. As you can see, if you are using Microsoft Exchange, sending your emails for your business through Microsoft Exchange, and guys like this using exactly same place, where's your reputation, guys? Just think about it. You being put in with scammers, spammers all day long, and they abusing this networks, and you paying Microsoft Exchange $7, $30 a month for basically tenant counts for Microsoft to help this kind of people. And you need to obviously have a rethink again. So original thread, as you can see, started April 22 and now is May 11th. So this been going on 20 days later. We've seen this. So obviously attackers scrape legitimate Hotmail conversations, hijack existing headers, preserve, and obviously they are already in Microsoft Exchange systems, they are already in Google Exchange systems. So when you're already in, it's pretty easy to do, and this is what they are doing. This is why they are abusing the systems. So I highly recommend Microsoft to close Outlook.com or Outlook Exchange service.com, whatever email service they provide into the world, they should shut it down. Same as Gmail, they should shut it down, because rest of the world paying for criminal to survive inside. And that's the reality. They're not checking, they're not verifying, they're not doing anything. So you cannot rest these people who's doing this. You cannot track who they are. And from my opinion, that's just wrong. That's just being criminal themselves in order to house the criminals. Generally speaking, this is like they doing hand in hand. Obviously, we've seen in here, the data are in here. So as you can see, this is Hotmail email. I mean, doesn't Hotmail know this email created by someone? Why didn't I ask them for IDs? Why didn't I ask proof of address? Why didn't I ask for proof of basically bank account details in order to create something like this. So it's easy to detect, it's easy to basically, you could say, arrest them. But obviously, in this case, Microsoft just wants $7, but they don't care. There is 47,000 people got scammed or being put in danger. It just lost, obviously, 20 days about the specific emails that has been going on. But this is not first time these people doing this. This has been going on literally 8-9 years, far as kind of my own understanding of this and seeing this kind of stuff. So this is pretty insane. So I really like the whole world to wake up. Please close your Gmails. Just go Thunderbird and open a new email, transfer your old contacts, and just close your Gmail. If you're using Outlook, please just close your Outlook, because doesn't matter what you talk through them, you're being spoofed. And also, you're helping criminals to survive in that networks. And this is the reality. This is the fact. This is kind of Microsoft can't come in here and have an argument with us. I love to talk to them, the cybersecurity people, but they are kind of living in different world, different cloud. I mean, we all had that blue screen side stuff happening. So they've been weaponizing Western infrastructure and attacking the Western people, guys. And you don't see this happening in China. You don't see this happening in Russia. You don't see this happening in North Korea. You don't see this happening literally any other places in the world. But because we have open network, freedom of speech, and freedom of networking, and obviously companies like Microsoft, Gmails are making money off rest of us and helping these criminals to do their criminality and on the spot. So let me also give you what's the difference in here between us, why we at No Limit Emails fight crime, fight spam, fight basically anyone that try to basically scam rest of the world with spam. So this is my system. Let me kind of log in so I can show you. And I am sending millions of emails, but I'm not like this, guys. So you can see in here, every email that I have been sending to people has a trackable URL, and everybody in the world can find me. This domain is belong to me, and anyone who received my email can do a little bit research and find me. As you can see, amount of email that I have sent last few days is within millions, millions of emails that I sent. But one thing I want to show you is if I go open my email here and we show you email content, we obey by the rules and regulations, and we fulfill the law of the land, and of course, law of the legitimacy of the data of the recipient as well. We respect the recipient because the recipient can go in here, and as you can see, I have my name in here, and obviously my picture in here, and disclaimer in here, and subscribe in here. So they can opt out any moment they like. This is legitimate email we're sending out representing myself and my services. But the other guys, as you can see, they're hiding inside the Microsoft exchanges, Google kind of networks, and spamming rest of the world. And the emails they send is kind of phishing email. Obviously, if you click on anything on this email, will compromise you. So in here, as we can see also, I want to show you the actual data. So hopefully somebody's unsubscribed so I can show you. And that is. So as you can see in here, this person, 9 a.m. this morning, hit that unsubscribe. And here system says, do not contact this person anymore. And in here you can see, I'm showing you 100 contacts at a time, 2 people, 3, 4 people, 5 people, and subscribed from 100 people, which is, I'm happy, guys. Is all about sending email. Look, I'm sending email to China, guys. I'm sending email to every part of the world, including governments. And there's nothing to hide in it, because nothing we do is breaking any rules, any regulations, and we are open, we are transparent, we are just reaching out based on our interests that we have, uh, obviously, to reach out to these people and introduce ourselves to them and our services to them. And that's all we're doing. One time email, we're shooting them, and maybe 2 times a year. And of course, every email we send is just like you can see in here. They have the power to unsubscribe. And they also have a power to send a domain and reach us directly, say, hey, don't send me an email. But really, again, we make it so easy. Is one click unsubscribe, and it's directly links to the, obviously, Google one click unsubscribe basically mechanism, especially for spam reporting and everything else. So people free to report me as a spam, but really, as you can see, there is no reason people's not reporting me as a spam, because there's everything on that email is legitimate email going out to the legitimate businesses around the world. We are just introducing ourselves, sending like 200,000 people, only few people unsubscribe. It tells you the story. And of course, everything that we do and every links that we send is not a malicious link. It's not going to hijack anybody. It's not going to steal anybody's data, comparison what we just saw. And this is the reality why we are fighting hard behalf of basically world of email, and why we're separating our business from Gmail exchanges or Outlook exchanges. And this is the big difference. So if you are doing a cold email out there and you are using Microsoft or Gmail infrastructure, you are classed as this bad guys. Doesn't matter. You could be legitimate guys. You could have a legitimate business, but the system is housing criminals. So would you like your reputation to be next to the Charles Manson? So this is the reality that you are facing. This is the reality that you're involved in. And if you are really sending cold emails to try to do the lead generation, make sales, grow your pipeline, grow your list, and or genuinely just speak to your clients, guys, domain is $10. No limit emails is $67. You can separate yourself less than $100. Enjoy no limit emails. Have this private infrastructure that works for you. Your emails become a legitimate communication tool for you, instead of you hiding under the skirt of Microsoft and Gmail and putting yourself at risk with these criminals. That's the reality. I mean, has anybody else showing you this in the internet but me? Have you seen anybody else that's sending emails actually kind of coming to the YouTube, calling out to Microsoft to shut down, calling out to Gmail to shut down? Of course, they're not going to shut down. Even these criminals probably pay $7 and now compromised 47,000 people. But there's another thing in here. Is honestly, it's just insane, guys. Absolutely insane. Like when you look really what's going on in the hood of this big companies. So, and generally speaking, it is terrible to see what's going on. It is absolutely insane. So it's just mind-blowing that really nobody cares. But are we are the only people care about this? I mean, reality is we are the only people care about this, because we separate ourselves from everything else that's going on, because we know what's going on. And that's the reality, what you're seeing in here. And of course, when you've seen my campaigns in here, majority of you out there that doing the cold email, it says, well, you spamming. No, absolutely. We are totally anti-spam, because we're not abusing these people. We're not sending them a phishing email. We send them a legitimate interest email to do business with them, or buy stuff from them, or get connected with them, or sell our services to them. And there's nothing hidden, nothing, you could say, illegal. And we're also not hiding ourselves behind somebody else's skirt, and we are not putting ourselves with group of criminals that abusing all the internet networks, especially with with Microsoft and everything else in between. So the truth is like reality should hit all of you, especially if you are using uh, a infrastructure that is from Microsoft and obviously Gmail, that obviously you've been painted with the same brushes as criminal guys. So please just get a domain, put it in a Cloudflare, sign up for no limit emails, pay $67 a month, and have a dedicated IP and branded domain so your emails can be communicating with the world truly within your power. So a little bit stats for you before we kind of jump off. So 25, 26, obviously 26 we haven't still not kind of ended. So around 49.9% of the email traffic is based on a widely carried estimate and analytics. It is 392.5 billion emails sent per day. We just saw that. And that's mean around 170 to 180 billion spam emails every single day. And majority of this, you could say 99.9% of this 180 billion spam emails sent, the culprit is a Microsoft and Gmail. And of course, you can throw in a Yahoo, and Proton guys are kind of, at least they're doing something a little bit better, but as they are also kind of in the same, you could say, same basket. Anyone that offers you free email account to register free email account, run away from. And this is what happens when people are using this network. This is not a kind of really side issue. This is, criminal. This is an issue that is for whole societies, affecting whole society, especially Western world, guys. And from my view, personal opinion, a criminal is taking advantage of open networks, and the open networks providers like Outlook and Gmail, they turn a blind eye on it and they're not doing anything. So 47% of global email traffic is in plain, obviously, sight as a spam and as criminal activity. Obviously, we can see they taking a advantage of authoritative email infrastructures for their delivery, and as well as obviously authoritative data gathering place like a Google. They're getting away with it. So obviously, if you are really sending emails, guys, and you should really stop immediately if you're using Microsoft Exchange emails and Gmail, Outlook, obviously, like same thing when you look at it in a core, and it's like, do you really want to be painted with these criminals? And do you want your reputation be taken over by these criminals? If you don't, choose different direction, choose private infrastructure, choose your own domain to do this email communication. Spam is not a just useness, guys. This is absolutely crime. It is a big problem and is a big crime. And we see that in here. It is not just a really internet problem either. It is a society problem because there is dishonest humanity exists, and they taking advantage of open networks that we have, open democracy for free speech, free business, free commerce that we have in the Western world. They cannot do this in China, guys, like I mentioned. Obviously, we looking at data like just 2025, 50% of the email traffic is a spam, and 50% of that spam is related to basically criminal. And this is what we see in here. So if you are obviously serious enough to think that is 390 billion emails sent per day, and 180 billion of them is intent to harm your neighbor, your grandmother, your business, your brother, yourself, then you need to think again. If you are paying for this cold email infrastructures like a Go High Level, Smart Lead, any others like literally that using a Google Workspace email, and as well as Microsoft's Exchange emails, and now you see the truth. Now you see the reality. That's what you should not contribute to. And of course, they become very, very expensive, and you cannot do this kind of campaign in them and choose your own domain and take a new path. And that's conclude on this. I hope you enjoy the conversation. I hope you enjoy the reveal here to you. And of course, I'm here and I'll take your questions. We will jump into the public square just straight after this, because we are actively fighting spam, guys. You can see in here my own dashboard. I'm sending millions and millions of emails, but I'm not getting kind of anybody's reporting me as basically malicious or ill intent, because everything that I'm doing is attached to me. Anybody can basically track back to me and is identifiable communication, versus these guys are hiding themselves. And of course, if you're a business using these networks, you are also hiding yourself. Maybe if you are not criminal, but you've been classed as a criminal in my eye anyways. So if you are a legitimate business, you must stop using Gmail as for your business email. If you're a legitimate email, you must stop using Microsoft Exchange for your business email. And as you can see, the abuse that they kind of allowing to happen in here, guys. So that being said, have a wonderful rest of the Thursday. Have a safe emailing, guys. As always, stay safe. Do not click any links unless you know is a trusted sender, unless you know that you can track back to that person who sent you the email. And that's it for me for now. And I'll look forward to the next one. And the next one will probably be also this interesting. If you like the content that we're sharing in here at No Limit Emails, please just subscribe to the channel so you don't miss. As time progresses, we put the rest of the videos in archives. Eventually, we will move them to our own basically place so our members can see, as we are sharing this kind of open information to make our members safe, public safe, and of course, email more reputable and more executable and more scalable, just like internet intended to be. And that's it for now. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening, afternoon, and I look forward to getting some more questions relating to this. Jump into the public square with us. The link is in the chat. And once more, thank you, Chris, for posting that. And I hope you all enjoy this edition of stream here. Thank you so much. I look forward to seeing you on the next one. By the way, do not forget, really subscribe this, and because of the videos, they do go in archive. We have right around very close to the 800 streams now on the channel. You don't see all of them. So take it seriously. Watch them when they're available. Download them if you can. And of course, you can also record your screens with Meet No Limit Emails. Go ahead. Have a safe communication with your loved ones. Take care, guys. And I look forward to seeing you in the public square.